Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Last week I dropped a video ranking all 15 party members in Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader. At the end of that video, I asked the community if there's any other Rogue Trader content you wanted to see, and one of you left a comment asking me to rank all of the origins in the game. This reminded me that it's been nearly 2 years since we visited the mechanics for the Homeworlds, origins, and archetypes in the game, and some of the patches have changed how these options work. In this video, I'm going to specifically rank the Homeworlds and tell you which ones I believe are worth your consideration and which options are frankly in desperate need of a touch-up and should be avoided. Keep in mind that only the mechanics matter when it comes to picking your homeworld, as there is no reactivity in the game for this choice. Later in the week, I will release ranking videos for the origins and archetypes as well, so there's a little bit more Rogue Trader content coming your way. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the ranking. All homeworlds provide you with a feature along with a buff to a couple of characteristics that's paired with a penalty to one of them. There's also always a list of optional talents that you can select when you level up if they interest you. For each option, I'll review the feature and any optional talents that I believe should be considered. You'll easily be able to see what characteristic modifiers the homeworld provides. Starting all the way at the bottom, most of you already know number 6 is Hive World, and to be frank, this option sucks. There's only a couple of builds in the game that can really make use of these mechanics. Its main feature, if you can even be called that, is Strength in Numbers, which provides a bonus to your resolve that equals half of your fellowship bonus, plus 1 if there are 3 or more creatures in a 3-cell radius around you. If there's not that many creatures around you, then you'll suffer a -2 penalty to resolve. Late game, this will give you around a +6 bonus in resolve. Big whoop. This is alright for officers who plan to become vanguards, and whack for just about everybody else. Positioning is a big deal, and trying to ensure that 3 people are around you at all times is annoying to say the least. This passive is certainly not worthy of being the main feature of your homeworld. To make matters even worse, only one of your optional talents is even worth talking about. Weapon personalization will provide you with +1 damage, +5% armor penetration, and +1 rate of fire, and -5 recoil as long as you are using ranged weapons that deal physical damage. Bolters fall into that category, and increasing your rate of fire with them right off the bat is definitely nice, but not enough to make up for the poor feature. The rest of this list is garbage. Using fellowship instead of willpower for resistance tests, this doesn't come up nearly enough to be worth it. Increased melee superiority, enemies shouldn't be alive long enough for that to matter. I could go on, but you get the point. Hive World is just a very disappointing and weak option. Next at number 5, we have Forge World. This is an interesting option for characters who want to focus on the intelligence or toughness characteristics. There are also mechanics that center around agility, but I think those are mediocre. Its main feature is Forge for a Purpose, which allows you to choose from one of 3 options. You can get an armor bonus that scales with toughness, an MP and dodge bonus that scales with agility, or a critical hit chance bonus that scales with intelligence. At minimum, the armor bonus will be 11%, which is a really nice boost, but it's also dwarfed by what you can get from Death World, and it's quite some time before that changes. The MP and dodge bonus is also hefty, but if you are focusing on agility, then those numbers will get crazy on their own, so it's not all that impressive. The critical hit chance increase is very nice, but keep in mind that long term, your main damage dealer should be connecting with crits on a regular basis with or without this, whereas other homeworlds provide unique mechanics you cannot get otherwise. There are 2 optional talents that stand out. Calculated Relations let you use persuasion, coercion, and commerce based on intelligence instead of fellowship. When the game first launched, this was a big deal, but now it's irrelevant due to Voidborn, which we will talk about later. Pinnacle of Weaponry causes your first attack with plasma, melta, or power weapons to deal additional damage equal to your intelligence bonus. After this first attack, you will continue to receive a damage buff equal to half your intelligence bonus. There's a variety of different maces and axes and swords that are considered to be power weapons, so this is great for both melee and ranged characters. So basically, if you want to play an intelligence focused character who picks from a limited selection of weapons, Forge World will provide a really nice increase in critical hit chance and a steady bonus in damage. Most other types of characters get middle of the road results here, as even other intelligence builds will benefit from Voidborn significantly more. Consequently, I cannot rank this any higher. Next at number 4, we have Death World. Unlike other Homeworlds, this option gives you a +5 in 3 different characteristics while imposing a -5 penalty in 2 of them. You can easily see Death World is all about melee combat to the exclusion of everything else. The main feature is Survival Instinct, which triggers once per combat when your wounds drop below 30% and causes you to gain 20% of your maximum wounds as temporary wounds. This is just okay, because frankly, your wounds shouldn't be dropping below 30% very often, but it's still nice to have on a tank or frontline character. The second part is much better. You'll gain a 20% bonus to dodge and armor when you have at least one temporary wound from any source. Officers can easily be set up to provide temporary wounds, and you almost certainly have at least one on the team, so it's very simple to activate the secondary feature. Great stuff. There are 3 optional talents that are worth covering. Wounded Beast triggers every time you get an injury and provides a +5 bonus to agility and willpower. Trauma counts as 3 injuries. This is worth noting because the highest damage dealing archetype in the game is Blade Dancer, and it utilizes abilities that damage your wounds, potentially causing you to injure yourself or even cause yourself trauma. With this passive, every injury would make you much harder to hit, and if you are a psyker, then the willpower bonus will be very useful as well. Definitely a powerful combination to consider. Trusty Weapons provides a 10% bonus to critical hits whenever you are using axes or hammers, and there are plenty of great ones throughout the game. Lost Weapons are ranged, and honestly, I don't know why they are even listed here. Finally, Brutal Hunter provides a 15% bonus to critical hit chance against bleeding enemies or those who have less than 50% of their maximum wounds left. You'll trigger one or both of these statuses all the time, so this is another really nice, easy buff. Overall, Death World is a fantastic choice for pretty much any melee character, especially one who is going to serve as a tank. It sits in the middle of the pack only because the top 3 options are also good. Speaking of which, sitting at number 3 is Voidborn. In my opinion, this is the ultimate Homeworld pick for characters who want to focus on intelligence. The main feature is Fortune, which allows you to re-roll any failed attack, dodge, parry characteristic, or skill choice with a 20% chance of success. In addition, any enemy dodge or parry against you has a 20% chance to fail after a successful roll. This is bananas all the way around, but being able to re-roll failed attacks is particularly impactful, especially if you are playing something similar to a sniper where every shot truly counts. As you'll see soon, Voidborn is especially useful for characters who focus on intelligence, but honestly, this feature is great for everybody, and you could easily decide to pick this up even if you don't care about intelligence at all. Voidborn also has multiple fantastic optional talents, and one of them is damn near a main feature onto itself. The description of Be Smart says that whenever you use an ability or talent that requires a fellowship bonus, you can use your intelligence bonus if higher. That's the way it worked at launch, but since then it's been patched so that anything in the game that uses fellowship will instead use intelligence, including skills and accessories. Neither Jay nor Pascal has a way to replicate this, so you are capable of creating the ultimate skill monkey who also is going to be great in combat. Speaking of combat, the Grand Strategist archetype has multiple talents or abilities that combine your intelligence and fellowship bonus. With this talent, it will instead just count your intelligence bonus twice. bananas. Forge World is cool, but it's just completely outshone by Voidborn for intelligence characters. The great options don't stop there, as Bloody Mess gives you a 10% chance to double your crit damage. As mentioned before, you will reach a point where crits are coming left and right, therefore increasing their damage is arguably more valuable than increasing your critical hit rate. Contagious Luck allows you to spread around the effect of fortune to any allies when you use a non-damaging ability on them. If you are serving as a buffer, which you can easily do by switching Fellowship with Intelligence and playing an officer, then this is fantastic. Bonus points if you also become an overseer with a sworn familiar who can grant voice of command to your entire team and in the process give fortune to your whole squad at the same time. I could go on, but you get the point. Voidborn is fantastic, but of course it's limited to characters who utilize intelligence for the most part. Hey, quick note, if you hung around this long, you are probably enjoying the video, so I would appreciate you hitting that like button and showing some support. It really helps the channel. Thank you so much. All right, next up at number 2 is Imperial World. More than any other option on this list, Imperial World is a great pick for everybody. It provides no bonuses or penalties to your characteristics, and instead the main feature is Humanity's Finest, which grants you a +10 bonus in one characteristic except for weapon or ballistic skill. Characteristic points are extremely rare and valuable, so this is a great way to kick off just about any run. A +10 bonus in agility, intelligence, willpower, or fellowship are all very powerful choices depending on your build. There are also some very strong optional talents. Doing My Part is great if you have an archetype that nobody else in your team uses, because it will reduce the cost of your first archetype ability in every combat by 1 action point. The first round in a fight oftentimes decides everything, so the easier it is to manage AP during that period, the more effective your team will be. No Heresy provides a +10% bonus to critical hit chance and armor against Xenos or demonic creatures, which is the vast majority of enemies that you face. The trade-off is that your lower Xenos and lower warp skills are reduced to 0, but there's probably only 1 or 2 characters handling those tests, so the rest of your party would absolutely benefit from taking this. There are some other solid options, but I think you see Imperial World is just a great all-around pick that any build can benefit from. Number 1 on this list is Fortress World, and I know that for some it's an odd choice because you are limited in what builds can actually benefit from the main feature, but it's so impactful that for me there was never any question this would take the top spot. The main feature is Never Stop Shooting, which triggers every time you kill a character with a ranged attack and provides +10 stacks of Never Stop Shooting. At the start of your turn, you have a percentage chance to trigger a free attack equal to your stacks of Never Stop Shooting. This attack will cost 0 action points, and it will not count toward the attack limit per turn. The description doesn't specify that the kill has to be a ranged attack, but it does in order for you to actually gain stacks. The free attack you trigger, however, can be a melee attack if you so choose. Also remember that Psyker abilities are considered to be weapon attacks, so this buff can allow you to attack with fire, telepathy, or whatever you prefer more often. This is bananas, and it's also the most impactful main feature on the entire list. Getting another attack when you didn't expect it is such a gratifying feeling and makes your character seem incredibly powerful. None of your party members have this, and consequently you can create a rogue trader who pumps out more damage than your entire squad combined. There are also some really nice optional talents to tie into keeping your stacks high. Spare Magazine causes your first reload to cost 0 action points, and reloading gives you +10 stacks of NSS. This is fantastic when using weapons like shotguns and bolters that you'll probably need to reload at least once, if not multiple times in long encounters. Familiar Kickback provides stacks of NSS equal to half the minimum damage of your most damaging ranged weapon used that round. If you are wielding a sniper rifle or shotgun, this will be a major bonus that makes NSS trigger all the time. Hail of Steel provides a +10 bonus to NSS for every ranged burst attack you use, and if you are wielding a bolter, that's an attack that you'll utilize all the time. Again, only ranged characters can maximize the gain from this homeworld, but the feeling when it all comes together is so impactful and so satisfying, I cannot help but place it at the top of my list. That completes my video ranking all of the homeworlds in Rogue Trader. Again, I've already done a video ranking the companions, so if you haven't already, be sure to check that out, and videos ranking the origins along with the archetypes will be coming out soon as well. Please be sure to like this video, share it with anyone who appreciates Rogue Trader content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hope all of you enjoyed this video. Take care.